Hey everyone, I wanted to take some time to thank my patients, friends, and family, and subscribers to trust me with your care, and also encourage me to take care of my own health. This quantum shift that I'm going through should be pretty exciting, maybe a little bit of a roller coaster, but hang on, it should be a good ride. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, otherwise enjoy the next video. I have to let you know what happened. So I put together this event for January 11th called Ignite Your Life. I just thought about it in December, and I figured that sometimes to get a captive audience, usually January 1st or second week is when everybody taps out and says, darn it, I didn't keep up with my resolution. So it's nice because there's nothing to do in Chicago, and I have some patients that are frustrated. They can't find their way, and there's nothing else as far as a lecture going on at the hospital. So I thought it'd be great, number one, to give back, because I love inspiring people, because the reward is so awesome when I make a couple of suggestions and people bite on the suggestions and have successful change. That is so empowering. So those of you who take care of people or coach, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't coach, or you don't have a kid that can learn off of you, and you don't teach, try volunteering, because you don't even have to have gratitude returned to you. It's just doing anything with an act of kindness really lets loose of a ton of hormone. I think that human brains, our species, is hardwired to take care of everybody else for the species to continue. So I put together this talk, and I was just going to do it myself. And then over the course of a couple days to weeks last year, like it was a long time ago, I thought, he would be good to have here, and she would be good to have here. And so I just started sending out requests, and one by one people volunteered, although I didn't even have an idea what it was going to be about. I just figured, I'll get a bunch of people together, and because honestly, when I put these things together, I used to do them a lot all the time, talk in conferences, but I guess I got too busy with the reason I got busy, just so consuming to take Western medicine. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that, but I stopped doing it. However, I just felt inspired to do that, and it just started to come together. And it's as of like last week, or 10 days ago, there were some people who signed up, and I just sent out a couple more feelers. I was just going to talk to like 30 people, and they're going to be my patients, and I thought, it'd be kind of cool. That would be the nucleus of people who want to make changes, and that would be the easiest way to empower a group. Well, we got like 100 people tomorrow, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. I thought it was because Cheryl, one of the people at the hospital that's responsible for advertising and hospital community stuff, I thought she put out a bulletin. I thought, wow, she did a great job. But I just talked to her as I tested out the AV equipment, and she said she didn't send anything. I'm thinking, what? I have no idea how it went from like 30 people to 100, but I guess that's the universe. For those of you who know energy medicine, yoga practitioners, meditators, you know what I'm talking about, and you probably know what that quantum field is about, and you probably believe in it. For those of you who don't understand that, or haven't felt it, or are very rooted into just concrete pragmatic thinking, that's okay. You would probably think this is just fate as far as filling the seats, but I don't, and that is just inspiring. So in addition, the other speakers are all just fired up. This should be really cool tomorrow. So, you know, I have to think that when given the opportunity and when the stress response is neutralized, beautiful things can happen. Beautiful things are meant to happen. But I think that stress, which is okay 3 times a year, running from a saber-toothed tiger, stress is a part of life, but it's not supposed to be the overwhelming part of life. So I think that when it is neutralized and put where it's supposed to be put out, and just maybe embraced 3 times a year, then you have creativity, parasympathetic, you have the brain grow, you have a lot of miracles happening. So I just have to say, this journey that's starting out, and I haven't even left Advocate, and I really honor Advocate for what they're doing. I think the reimbursement thing, their hands are tied, but I am very excited about where things are going to go. I have no idea. Well, I have a couple of ideas, but I have faith, and I just have this feeling that something good is going to happen. I know that in Chinese medicine, 2020 is the year of the rat. Rats have been known to keep stuff burrowed, or keep stuff accumulated in their burrows, in their hiding places, and it's supposed to be a year of prosperity and wealth. I don't think that really has to translate to monetary value. I see wealth as being health, and if I can be healthy, if I can pay the bills too, great. Now, truthfully, I'll probably just use the money to teach somebody else, because somebody's gonna have to do this sooner or later, and if I think I have a good way, I want to teach it to everybody. So I'll use this platform for now, but today is my day off. It's supposed to be catch-up day. It's supposed to catch up with house chores, laundry, actually charts, answering messages, preparing for, I have office hours tomorrow too, but preparing for the next week. And it's just so much of a load off my shoulders to think that, hate to say it, but I'm not culling the herd. I'm pruning some of the extra stuff that just isn't serving me. So check out my video on concussion. Sleep helps prune all those extra pathways in the brain that are unnecessary, that sometimes make you spend extra time during your day to get the same thing done, when in actuality, if you kind of take care of all the dead leaves that are falling off and all the unnecessary stuff, it makes you pay attention to the things that really need your attention, and essentially those that are really suffering. So I appreciate all of you. And what am I doing? I think that's 2 laps now. Speaking of running behind, this is the back half. That's where the sprints occur. This is where, when coach told me to fill in for the 400 is once around the track. I'm just straight 100 or 200 meters, very fast. So when he asked me to fill in for the 400, which is the basis to my book, I remember being on this back half, and I always hated this back half because in training I'd get to the other part and throw up. But I was doing it for the team. All I did was look down, hang right behind the leader, watch his feet, follow his footsteps, breathe, and I just remember floating back here on this back half. And then it came around this curve, and if you divide this into quarters, the curve ends, the peak of the curve, or the apex of the curve, is right about here. And when I got to the curve, after holding my pace with this leader who was the 400 specialist, then I said, okay, now all I have left is 100, and that's my specialty. Then I took off. I let out this nasty Kia. That's a karate yell. yeah, like that. Louder than that, I don't want to scare anybody. And I just kicked his ass, and I didn't throw up, which was kind of cool. And that's one of the best things I remember in my life, because I don't remember anything outside that. I don't know if you even won the entire meet, but so that is burned in my brain. I've taken care and pruned all the extras and kept that as something that really stands out, and hopefully you guys will have yours, or think back to something that was really cool and you just grab onto it every once in a while. If you can't, then hopefully we can fine-tune your meditative practice so you can get your life-changing event into memory and just pull it out every once in a while. See you at the next video.